I mean, I guess some positive moves today for the likes of Tesla, but down on the week. The workhorse story as well. Is that a sign that people are starting to think all EV players can't be winners and there's just going to be a handful that win and the rest might be left on the sidelines?
Well, I think it's about the potential of growth, right? Workhorse, without that contract, I think a lot of investors are saying, what's under the hood? With Tesla, there's been some distortion in the market because of Elon Musk's comments about Bitcoin and investments there. So there's some confusion, not the same kind of robust growth talk that we've heard in the past. But you look at Fisker, and what Fisker is talking about would suggest it's planning for massive growth in the future. And that's what electric cars are really about right now. It's a huge bet that the world is going to change in the coming years and that electric cars are going to be the winner.
And does it have to be the sort of independent electric car stocks that take part in this victory, or can the traditional players start to grab more of the market and therefore take some of the wind out of the sails of these valuations?
Well, I think that's right now what you're seeing is this bet that these upstarts are the ones that are going to be the winners, right? And that's been the frustration of Detroit and Stuttgart and Toyota City over the years, that they're not getting the kind of credit that they deserve for all of the manufacturing muscle that they have. And that gets at kind of the trouble and the challenge that these startups have. And one of the bets that Fisker is making is that it could get into production by having these partnerships with companies like Foxconn and Magna, and that will kind of put them on the road in an easier fashion.
So how do investors find the next Tesla, Tim?
Right. That's the question. That's why you're seeing some of these crazy valuations, well, presumably crazy valuations, and some of these companies that aren't even selling cars yet. You look at a Lucid, potentially going out there with a SPAC to be public in coming months. And the argument they're essentially making is, look, this is a lot cheaper to get into us than it is a Tesla at this point. And, you look at the company, the people behind Lucid. The CEO was the chief engineer for the Model S, and look what the Model S did for Tesla.
So who are you watching the closest, Tim, in your reporting? Who do you think is serious in terms of execution and management and a real promise when it comes to the future of EVs?
I think a lot of people in the auto industry right now are looking at Rivian. They've got a lot of money, and they've hired up a lot of talent. I think a lot of people are looking at Lucid as well, given the fact that they've got a pretty strong team there, and they appear to be ready to start production of their vehicle. That's a key thing. They also have orders. Those are the kinds of signs that, you're a little bit more serious than some of the other startups out there that are earlier in the stage and still need a lot of money to put a car on the road.
I would imagine, Tim, that the whole SPAC mania has only complicated the question around valuations and execution. Do you see that cooling off at all in this space?
You would think. I mean, it's the question I was just talking to somebody the other day is, why are these companies valued at this way? They haven't even had revenue at this point. And that's part of the big bet that these players are making and that these investors are making. It's what is the value here? I mean, if you look at Tesla, it took them years and years and lots of capital to get to the point where they get the Model 3 out, and it's still not at the price point that really generates the kind of sales that Elon Musk was hoping for. The bet on making a car company is just very challenging to value because there's such a long runway until you become successful and start generating revenue that a lot can go wrong.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.